From Brentwood to New Carrollton, from Cheverly to Fairmont Heights, voters are casting ballots for new town leaders today. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Well, New Carrollton residents head to the polls today to elect candidates for the office of mayor and city council. Two residents are running for mayor, incumbent Felicia Nembhard and Katrina Dodro. There are also 11 candidates running for 5 seats on the council. Each would serve a 2-year term. Voter David Damon says there are some changes he'd like to see in the city.
I think transparency of government. I think that I'd like to see some more speed bumps on the roads. I think people, well, I have a new kid, a young daughter, so now of course it's a big issue for me since I see her running around in the streets, and I also see cars flying down the road. And then, you know, holding our police accountable for their actions, and I think just fostering a greater sense of community within the neighborhood.
And polls are open until 8 this evening. Meantime, New Carrollton's recently fired police chief was out supporting a candidate this morning, hoping to unseat the person who ousted him. Mayor Felicia Nembhard, who fired David Rice last week, showed CTV this no-confidence letter signed by a handful of officers. It accuses Rice of creating a toxic work environment, as well as making disparaging and discriminatory comments about minorities. But the former police chief says he received retribution and was ultimately fired after filing an EEOC complaint.
I had already filed an EEOC complaint about 2 months ago, and ever since that complaint, they've made it very hard on me here, and but I've kind of built a life, you know, working here for so long. You know, I didn't expect to be fired the way it came, you know, the way it happened. So I just contacted my attorney, and they'll file a wrongful termination suit as well.
And Rice says he is supporting Nembhard's opponent, Katrina Dodro, in hopes that the city will allow him to continue his position as police chief or let him retire with dignity. Well, the town of Fairmont Heights is one of the 11 municipalities holding local elections today. Up for grabs in the town of 1,500 residents is the mayor's seat as people vote to replace longtime Mayor Lily Thompson Martin, who is retiring. 2 are vying for the seat, Akiaba Stewart and Patricia Stewart. Both are currently on the council. 3 of 6 council positions are also in the mix. CTV spoke with voters about what drew them to the polls.
The issues here, as we see it, as we're steadily growing, we're growing real big. And if we can just get people to come together, to come out to do what's needed to be done.
And those polls close at 9 tonight. Meantime, today is the end of an era in Fairmont Heights. As we mentioned, Mayor Lily Thompson Martin is retiring after decades on the job. She has served as mayor on and off since 2003. Prior to that, she served on town council. Today is Martin's last day on the job. CTV News asked the mayor about her accomplishments.
You know, I think my greatest accomplishment, and it's something that I always mention whenever I'm in a meeting or when I have the opportunity, is to create a stable environment for our government to operate and to push us further into the historic status for Prince George's County and for the town of Fairmont Heights. So I think that stability and the projects that I've done as far as pulling things together, because I don't think I would have been here as long as I have if it wasn't for the fact that I needed to stay to maintain a stable government that was a good steward of the money that we had available.
And a special retirement celebration is planned for Mayor Martin this Saturday at 7 p.m. at Homewood Suites on Basil Court in Largo. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Coming up, college decision day for hundreds of high school seniors. We're in Bowie for the story next. Stay with us.
That fire movement was so fast that by the time I thought we were ahead of it, we were behind it.
Where are you at?
Make sure that you know the dangers of where you live, what the potential natural disasters are. If you think it can happen, plan for it. It will happen.
Welcome back. As graduation day nears for thousands of PGCPS seniors, the school district holds its first ever college and career decision day. The class of 2023 from all across the county flooded the stands of the Bowie Baysox Stadium this morning. The event was designed to give graduating students an opportunity to announce their post-high school plans to peers. While some students will be going into the military or straight into the workforce, others will be going to college.
To follow my dream to be a vet one day, help animals, definitely get more animals out of the shelters.
What about you? I'm looking to make new friends in the HBCU community and also, continue pursuing my dream of being an anesthesiologist.
I think that is going pretty well. I'm able to see a whole bunch of people from other schools that I haven't seen in years, and also some people that are possibly going to our schools.
And during that event, the school district gave out Amazon Fire tablets to 7 lucky winners. Well, a longtime local lawmaker says he won't run for re-election next year. 79-year-old Senator Ben Cardin will end his nearly 60-year run in Maryland politics. The announcement is expected to create a frenzy to fill a rare vacancy in the closely divided Senate. Possible contenders for the seat include 2 county executives, Angela Alsobrooks of Prince George's and Johnny Olszewski of Baltimore, as well as 2 congressmen, Representatives Jamie Raskin of Montgomery County and David Trone of Frederick and Western Maryland. Now, Cardin's 3rd 6-year term ends in January 2025. A University of Maryland employee has been arrested on child pornography charges. The suspect is 41-year-old William Gomez. Now, Maryland State Police say that Gomez has been charged with distribution of child pornography. Gomez works in the IT department at the University of Maryland. According to reports, he has been placed on administrative leave. Police investigate the fatal shooting of a Hyattsville man. The victim is 33-year-old Brian Campbell. Police found Campbell outside the 7800 block of Berry Place in District Heights early Sunday morning, suffering from gunshot wounds. A $25,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information that leads to an arrest and indictment in the case. And an investigation is underway following a fatal crash over the weekend. The victim is 64-year-old Quentin Francis Jr. Police say Francis was traveling on MLK Highway on Saturday when his vehicle crashed into another car. He was pronounced dead on the scene. In other news, the Prince George's County Council is hosting its final public hearing for the fiscal year 2024 operating budget. Residents who want their voices heard are encouraged to attend the session, which is set for tomorrow night at 6 at the Wayne K. Curry Administration Building. The council will also discuss the Board of Education's portion of the budget, as well as the proposed budgets of the Redevelopment Authority and the Revenue Authority. You can either attend the session in person or register to speak using the council's portal at the address at the bottom of your screen. And still to come, your Monday's Sports Page report. Simon Buggs is standing by. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, and coming up in a bit, a recap of the Washington Commanders NFL draft party, how 2 former Bowie State players will have a chance to show off their skills despite not being drafted, and the outcome of the UMD men's lacrosse team's matchup versus Rutgers in the Big Ten tournament. Don't move.
It seems like leaders were destined to be so. Born with confidence, blessed with talent, graced with wisdom. That's how they might seem, but it's not how they're made. Leadership takes practice and discipline and critical thinking. It's not a gift, it's a choice. And it starts here. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Thanks for staying with us. Well, the Prince George's Returning Citizens Office held its very first Returning Citizens Summit this weekend. That summit featured panel discussions and several groups that work with ex-offenders. One panelist was Che Ali, a returning citizen and founder of Choices Have Impact.
Three of the things that I actually spoke on on the panel was mental health being one. A lot of us don't know we have mental issues. A lot of us don't believe we have mental issues. Computer literacy, technology. Like I said, I spent 12 years in jail, so it was like two-way pages when I was in prison. It wasn't cell phones and whatnot. So just getting familiar with them, and last, just the finance issue. You know, you do a lot of time in jail, you think it's gonna be something that it ain't. You think, you know, the hood is rolling out the red carpet for you, and all these, you know, friends you heard doing so good is gonna show you love, but that's like not usually reality, or not everyone's reality. So just about finding employment and finding an employment that's realistic with today's society.
And all this week, we'll continue to share the stories of returning citizens.
It was an exciting event this past weekend as the Washington Commanders hosted an NFL draft party. Fans from all over came out to the National Harbor to watch who the Commanders would take with their draft picks. CTV Sports spoke with some fans about these picks, specifically their first-round pick, Emmanuel Forbes.
He has that killer instinct that I'm going to jump on the ball, I'm going to be there to intercept it, pick it off. You know, he led the college football in pick sixes, so hopefully we can get some of that energy.
Really surprised, but more importantly, enthused. And it let me know the direction the team is going in, especially with the skill set that he brings with what they're doing defensively.
Commanders legend Santana Moss was also in attendance, and he spoke on how he believes the team made progress last season despite not making the postseason.
One of the things that always bring hope, you know, just knowing that you get to put whatever you did the year before behind you, and the draft is always vital for just getting new talent and being able to help contribute to what you did last year.
Sticking with the NFL draft, former Bowie State players Raymond Boone and Joshua Pryor did not get drafted. But they will have a shot to prove themselves to the Commanders as Boone received an invite to participate in rookie minicamp tryouts and Pryor signed an undrafted free agent deal. Switching to college sports, the Terps men's lacrosse team took the field against Rutgers on Saturday in the Big Ten tournament. The Terps came out strong in the first period, scoring 4 times to the Scarlet Knights 1. But the Knights offense will begin to come alive in the second period, scoring 4 goals. Going into the fourth period, the Terps were up 10-5. But Rutgers went on a run and scored 6 times in the final period, but it wouldn't be enough as the Terps defeated them 14-11. The Terps will move on and play Johns Hopkins next on Thursday. Switching to more Terps news, the football team played their annual spring game this past weekend. We'll have some highlights and a full report tomorrow. And that is your Monday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
Thanks. And summer camps in Prince George's County will be starting soon. And if you want your child to take swim classes, they're available for free through Parks Department scholarships.
The winner of the scholarship will have the entire cost of a summer camp session completely covered. This scholarship is for children ages 6 to 14. And so for the kids between 6 and 12, they'll need to submit a drawing illustrating why they want to learn how to swim and go to camp. For children ages 11 and 14, they'll need to write an essay about why they want to be a lifeguard, because their scholarship will cover the lifeguard junior camp. Water safety and swimming education is very important, and it's a life-saving skill. So it's important to make these camps more accessible for all children in Prince George's County.
And for the photo essay, your child will only need to add 2 or 3 sentences. As for the written essay, there is a maximum of 250 words. Turn in your application to the website on your screen by this Friday, May 5th. And now your weekend weather forecast. Tonight, scattered showers with lows in the 40s. Tuesday, possible showers with highs in the 50s. Wednesday, rain likely, highs around 57. And Thursday, more rain possible, highs near 62. And that is CTV News. For now, I'm Patricia Vallone. Have a great night.